can call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Jamie Mullarkey takes on Rolando Bedoya this Saturday at UFC Fight Night, Perth, Australia. And Jamie Mullarkey is 31 years old. He's 6 foot with a 74-inch reach and 17-8 in his career. Comes from like a Muay Thai boxing background. I would say more of a striker than anything. Has relentless forward pressure, durable chin for the most part, willingness to brawl at times, which doesn't always work out in his favor, but powerful left hook, sharp counters. He's more of a volume striker who's looking to kind of put the pace on guys and kind of break opponents down as the fight progresses. Has some amateur Muay Thai experience outside of MMA, and also a jiu-jitsu brown belt. So dude's very well-rounded. He's got a lot of experience in the UFC. Fought a lot of really good guys, coming off of 2 losses though to Mauricio Hufi and Nasrat Hakparas by knockout. Fights over Prado, Jalen Turner, Michael Johnson, Muhammad Naimov. So Faraz Ziem, Brad Riddell, that's how he started his UFC career. So lost to both those guys, but went to a decision. I think those guys are very high level, so no shame in those losses. Taking on Rolando Bedoya, who is also on a losing streak here, 3-loss streak in the UFC, yet to get a win. Hasn't fought since August of 2024, so I'm gonna get back in there. But he's technical, has composed striking, clean boxing combinations, good use of the jab, heavy low kicks, good counters, ability to fight at range or close in. Not the most decorated kickboxer by any means, but I would say his striking is probably the strongest weapon he has in his skill set. And he's also a jiu-jitsu brown belt, has a few submissions on his record, several knockouts, several decisions. So pretty well-rounded, both these guys are. But I'm going to go Jamie Mullarkey. I do worry about his chin. He's been KO'd 6 times in his career, coming off of 2 KO losses back-to-back. Bedoya has never been finished. All of his losses are by decision. But I just haven't seen a lot of finishing potential from Bedoya outside of his regional fights. His fights against Chaos Williams, Kanong Song, Jai Herbert, just wasn't doing enough on the fight, in my opinion, or wasn't doing enough on the feet, in my opinion. I think the edge in finishing potential and just ability to land damage and hurt their opponent goes to Jamie Mullarkey. He's got some KOs in the UFC. He's fought a lot of really good guys, like I alluded to, and only losing to really good guys. Mixes in the takedowns really well. Fights very well. Where Bedoya is really only a striker, in my opinion. He's not really looking to mix it up and shoot takedowns and make it gritty. He's looking to kind of keep it on the feet. He can kind of get pushed back and outpointed, outvolumed at times on the feet. He's only got a 33% takedown defense. Granted, it was only in a fight against Jai Herbert, but Jai Herbert's more of a striker. He's not really the first person that pops into my mind when I'm thinking of somebody getting 2 takedowns in a fight, Jai Herbert. So it's a concern. It's concerning that he's getting taken down by somebody like Jai Herbert when I know that Malarkey is a very good wrestler. He's going to be mixing that in most definitely, especially going into this, off of 2 KOs. He's probably going to be looking to mitigate damage and try to get the fight to the ground where I would imagine he thinks that he has the upper hand. But I do think Malarkey's the better striker as well, though. From a pure technical perspective, I think that he's very crafty on the feet, rangy, good snappy punches, does a really good job of mixing in his clinch work and his grappling with his striking to kind of disguise his takedowns. And I just think this skill set that he has and the strategy that I think he's going to employ will be pretty effective against somebody like Bedoya. And regardless of the concerns I have for Malarkey's chin, I do think that he's going to still kind of employ the same game plan of pushing forward, getting his opponent's face, making him work, making him think, making him wonder if I'm throwing strikes or I'm shooting in takedowns. And I just think he's a little bit more gritty, and I think he's a little bit more tenacious, and I think that he's going to make this one very gritty. Going to be putting on a lot of volume, making it messy, putting a lot out there for the judges to take into consideration for the scorecards. And I just think he's got the skill set to be able to get by somebody like Rolando Bedoya, who's 0-3 in the UFC, hasn't shown an ability to get a win at the highest level. And Malarkey, taking off 14 months, looking to recover, rejuvenate, come back strong in front of his home country, letting the chin heal up. I think Bedoya is the perfect opponent for him to get back on track in this one. So I'm gonna go Jamie Mullarkey. I think he'll do enough to win rounds and get a decision. Thanks.